All right, Coach, you want to just open up with general thoughts on this weekend victory against Cornell?
Obviously very happy to come away with the victory. It was a team that dominated last year and won by 5 goals, so to come away with a 2-0 victory and then not even give up a shot on goal was really pleasing.
Talk about how big it was for you guys to kind of finish out a game finally. It seems like all year you needed that second half to finish off some of the games, and you finally got that on Sunday. Talk about finishing it off.
Something we haven't really addressed a great deal because we didn't really want to draw attention to it, but I think at the back of the players' minds they knew that at some point we were going to have to start performing a little bit better and making sure we came away with a clean sheet. So we spoke at half-time about not needing to score that goal in the first couple of minutes of the second half. It could be late, and it came late, and we were really pleased to get that 2-0 win.
Fox, talk about the defense a little bit, how it's progressing. You guys didn't allow a shot on goal on Sunday. Talk about how you feel the defense as a whole is coming together.
I feel like we're coming together perfectly for the right time of the season. I feel like throughout the season we've conceded a lot of cheap goals and given up a lot of shots during the game, and it all came together in Cornell. We put in a really good 90-minute performance as a back line and defensive midfielder and Joseph Cooter in goal. I feel like not allowing a shot was just – I feel like that is what we want to do going forward. I feel like we can do that through conference and against St. Bonaventure this weekend.
Early in the season, it seemed like you were kind of feeling out Nick next to you. Now it seems like you kind of getting it. Talk about how you guys kind of communicate in the middle there, and talk about how your play has been moving forward.
Yeah, I think it's been easy having him come in. He's another New Zealander. We've played against each other a bit, played together a little bit back in New Zealand. And just having another New Zealander alongside me is easy. We didn't really have the transition period that, me and David had last year. David coming in from Sweden. I think it doesn't matter who's playing alongside me, David or Nick at the moment. I think we go together really well and we'll be good for conference.
Braden, can you talk a little bit about your experience? Obviously, you were here before Coach Riddle got here, and you've grown into this thing that's become an integral part of the team. Can you just talk about the process and how good it is to feel it paying off?
I think everyone, even Stu's been here for a while now too, and even having his first freshman class come in, those guys have really gelled together throughout these 3 years. Really have each other's back. Chemistry on the field, especially this season, I think, is really building game in, game out, especially going forward in the attacking third. You can see it. Guys starting to combine a little more than they have in the past, really feeding off our back line, and really want to go into conference feeling out each other. And with that chemistry that we built over 3 years, we want to finally pay off in conference play.
Yeah, Stu, I think it takes a certain bit of character for a player to come on from a whole nother staff and fit in with the program. Can you talk about Braden and kind of his growth?
It's been an absolute revelation this season. I think he'd be the first one to admit that 2 seasons ago he probably preferred to come off the bench. And I remember distinctly one game at Binghamton where he made those comments, and now he's one of the first names on the team sheet each week. We're going to get that 8 and 9 out of 10 performance from him, and his work rate's just been phenomenal, and we're starting to see him be productive with some goals and assists, which is really important as well. So couldn't be happier for him, and moving forward we want more local players like this in the program.
Braden, how has teams focusing on Russell kind of opened you up specifically this year, and kind of you're starting to create your own opportunities for the offense? How has that helped you?
I think it's really easy to see. It's really evident in the games. You can see Russell will be going on the left wing sometimes, and he'll have 3-4 guys on him, and when we're able to switch the play quickly, it's wide open on the right side for us to exploit that side. And if we can get combined on that right side, we can really go at him and get balls in the box for Scott.
Fox, is that something you notice from the back when you're distributing a ball, that people are paying attention to one side of the field, and now that you're getting scoring from across the board, is it opening up even more?
Yeah, for sure. I think if teams look in our pass, they'll look at Russell as the main guy and look to double team him, and it just means there's more space for in the midfield and on the right. And Scales this season's been unbelievable, getting goals and assists, and Marcus when he plays as well. He's 5 assists or something like that, career high for him, which is good, and taking a lot more pressure off Russell and Scott scoring goals. So I think it doesn't matter. You can double team any guy on our team, and it will open up space for other players, and we'll always get the goals. We've got the players up there to do it.
I was looking at the stats, and it seems, obviously, you've been here for a little bit now. Taking more shots, is that coincidence, or are you trying to become a little bit more part of the offense?
I would hope so. I'd like to get forward, mainly for corners and free kicks, get my head on a few. I think I'm always good for 1 or 2 goals a season, so hopefully they're coming in conference.
Coach, talk about how you want Fox to kind of become the leader of this team. It's a young team. Talk about how you kind of see him being the leader.
We're starting to see it happening, without even really speaking with him about it. I think we can count on one hand the amount of mistakes he's made in 2 seasons here, and then the natural progression from that was when our 2 captains were out injured for the Stony Brook game, was that Fox became that guy that wore the armband. So we're starting to see some real quality leadership from him on the field and off the field, and he's certainly going to take that role in the future.
Fox, how are you kind of taking that leadership role into your own hands?
Well, first of all, I found it hard coming in it's hard to do it when there's a lot of older guys in the team, but I feel like the team is allowed to do that. Like, the guys on the team are fantastic. Like, the seniors don't look down on you. We all gel together well, and it's allowed me to step up and be more of a leader to older guys as well as the younger guys, which has helped.
Coach, what would it mean? I mean, obviously everybody kind of looks to UB as the big jewel of our region, and what would it mean to not just win but successfully defend the Shield twice in 1 season against the Big 4 teams? It's a pretty good sign.
I think so. I think ultimately we do want to be the best team in the region, and we've got the opportunity to prove that on Saturday night. And having said that, we understand it's not going to be an easy game. I think there's a lot more parity than there's ever been in college soccer, and what that brings is that anyone can beat anyone on any given day. So we know it's going to be an extremely tough challenge, but we want to come home with that log of wood.
Braden, how important is this to you guys, the Shield, the Big 4? How important is it to you as the players?
It's very important to each guy on the team. Personally, for me, being from Western New York, it's very important to me because I know when I graduate, I'm going to be looking back and people are going to be asking me, did we beat kind of Canisius, we beat Bonaventure, we beat Niagara, and I'll be able to say yes, hopefully, this year and next year. We want to retain the Shield. It's very important to all of us.
You get thinking about your background. You got a St. Joe's guy on the team. There's one in Canisius. And you're seeing your high school guys go up and to be a part of this rivalry now. And now obviously that one on your team. What are your thoughts there?
Oh, it's exciting. It's nice to have Hunter on the team, have Evan at Canisius. So there's another guy at Canisius, from Canisius High School as well. So there's guys I played against throughout high school, and it's good for the region as well. I like to say that West New York can breed very good high school soccer players, and really want to get them to the next level in Division I.
And you seem to go, you have to go against one all the time now. So it's interesting, not just at school, but you think about the Big 4 and some of the other schools in this region. What's it like playing against guys you grew up with? I mean, Fox has a few guys that he grew up with on the team here, but in Western New York, naturally, you're going to run into guys you've been playing with your whole life.
Definitely you want to see them succeed as well. Obviously, you want to compete with them, but you want to see them do well for their school. Obviously, when you're not playing them on a match day, but it's good to see them do well, and they know that they support you as well, so it's good to see them, and it's good camaraderie off the field as well.
Coach, how important is Saturday's game to moving into conference play? It's your last tune-up before conference. How important is Saturday getting a good result?
It's not the be-all and end-all. Obviously when we hit conference play, that's when it really matters, but we want to make sure that we're a well-oiled machine come Saturday, and we've been working hard in training to make sure we understand what we're going to face and what we need to do to be prepared.
Coach, one guy who's been incredibly impressive this year, it's one man's opinion, is Nick Forrester. Can you talk about what he's brought to the team?
Everything we expected. I knew Nick was going to be a real impact player on the field, and his attitude and determination and desire, just lifts everyone around him. So I've been really pleased with Nick, and we expect to see a lot more from him as well.
Fox, you guys have kind of struggled on the road. You had long road trips, a couple of long ones. What do you need to do in order to change things on the road?
I'm not sure we need to change much. It's just, I don't know if it's a mentality. It's just getting that first win on the road will really get us going. But it's just I think we've been very unlucky on the road, conceding some cheap goals and not scoring as much as we do at home. But I think it's coming. I don't think our road record is a fair reflection of how we play on the road. I think it's more of just small things.
What have you guys worked on, Braden, in practice this week, kind of getting ready for this game?
Basically more formation stuff. Look in the system we want to play when we're going to go on Bonaventure, see how they play. We know they're going to really kind of pack it in. We want to really go at them, guns a-blazing, and get as many goals as we can, build up our confidence going into conference play.
Coach, you've talked often about wanting to be a team that's difficult to play against. Do you start to see that a little bit more now this time of the year in the way you guys are playing?
Yeah, it's been a 2-year process to get to this point, but we've been manipulating training sessions to make sure we have no option but to become a more difficult team to play against. So, we're starting to see that. I think Stony Brook, we really started to see this team become very difficult to play against and a lot harder to beat than we've ever seen. And that continued, of course, through Cornell on Saturday, and we expect to see even more in the last 6 games of the year.
Coach, Sunday you were kind of stressing the simple pass. You kept saying, make the simple play. Is that kind of something that you've been stressing? Maybe we were pushing things too much and you want them to make the simple play?
I think the opponent dictates that for us. It depends, who we're playing and the scouting report that we've got on how we want to play. And in that particular game, we felt, it was almost like play the first person you see, because it's going to open up other opportunities for other players. That may be different come Saturday night.
Good. Awesome. Thanks, guys.